Good morning, everyone. My name is Krishan Paget Ward, and I am with the Information and Technology Liaison Bureau here at Social Services. And today we're going to go through the functions of the AARS system that will be rolling out here in the next week or two. Um, Let me go ahead and let you guys know if you hear some noise in the background, we do have some cubicle reconfiguration going on in the office, so you may hear some pounding and some background noise. Hopefully that won't, uh, distract us too much. So since we have so many people on the webinar, I have everybody in listen only mode. And so if you have a question or if you need to ask a question, just go ahead and type your question into either the chat or the question box, and I'll go ahead and address the question and answer it so everyone can hear the answer to that question. So can everyone see my screen? It should say AARS, welcome to the AARS Administrative Action Record System. Someone can just type me a quick yes, we can see your screen, that'd be great. All right, awesome. Okay, so this is the starting screen for the enhanced R system. If you have already previously registered for R's, you should not have to re-register once the new system is rolled out. Everything should be automatic for you. Um, right now, our new go live date is scheduled for April 12th. So when you come in that Friday morning and you go to log into ours, this is the screen you should see on that day. If it does get delayed, we will be sending out communications. We're still going through our checklist with our ISD department to make sure we have everything in order for the rollout. So again, the new rollout date is April 12th. So what we're going to do is just walk through the functions of the system. These will be the functions that will be available to you when the system does roll out. So I'm just going to go ahead and get logged in here. And your login process will be the same. You'll put your username and password. Now, typically, if this is your first time logging in during the day, you'll have to request an access code, and then you'll receive an email with that access code. You'll enter the access code, and then you can continue into ours. Since I've already been in here earlier this morning, it's not asking me to complete the access code because I've done it earlier. We're just going to go into ours. Now, for most of the AARS users, you guys are going to be performing searches in order to locate actions. Um, in order to locate actions that may have been filed against an individual who's applying for a license for whatever type of program. Okay, I have a question here. It's about the access code. It says, where do you ask for the access code? So once you enter your username and password and you click continue, a box will pop up that says request access code, and then you just click the little box. Email will be generated. It's all automatic. There's nothing you'll have to do. It'll all be on-screen prompts for you to request the access code. Okay, so with ours, most of you guys are going to be performing searches. Some of you will be uploading documents to the system. Whatever your job duties are now, they're going to be the same in the new system. We have just basically improved the system to help you guys identify matches more quickly. In the current system, especially if you have a common name, sometimes it's hard to identify if that is actually the person that you are searching for because there's no other identifying information really tied into that person. So what we've done is we are not only pulling in information from the LCTS system, there's also going to be information pulled in from the CBC web service, information such as the date of birth, social security number, any driver's license information that's in there. So that type of identifying information will now be pulled into the system, and you should be it should be easier for you to quickly identify the subjects of your AARS searches. So we're just going to go through some basic AARS searches. There's a few ways to search. If you have a name, either an individual's name or a licensee or facility, you would type that information into the name box. You can also search by social security number. Now this must be the full social security number. If you have that, you can enter the information. You can also search by date of birth. And if you click this additional search criteria, if you happen to have the CDSS case number, you can also search the system that way. So we're just going to perform a couple of name searches. So as you start typing into this box, the name box, you'll see that you'll get a prompt that lets you know that you have to enter a minimum of 3 characters in order to begin your search. So if you're searching for someone and you only have a last name, and that last name, maybe it only contains 2 letters. To satisfy that 3rd character requirement, all you would have to do is put a space. And then you can go ahead and search the system based on just those 2 letters. Now, it will take a little more time because the system is going to just cycle through everything that basically has those 2 letters in the individual's name or licensee name. So it may take a little more time for your search if you don't have a full name. So with this one, I'm just going to type the name Smith in here, and I'm going to hit search. Now the system is going to search everything, all first names, last names, anything that has Smith either in the licensee name or individual name. Now your results are going to filter down into a table, and you see some of the records have some identifying information here. So I typed in the name Smith. If you happen to have a first name, let's say we're looking for Mary Smith, you can come down here to the filters and start typing in the letters of Mary's name. All right, and we happen to have a few Mary Smiths in here, so that's good. And all the filters work the same way. So if we were to take Mary out of here, if you had the last 4 of the social or you had a date of birth, you can start entering that information into these boxes, and it will begin filtering down as you're typing the characters into the different filter boxes. If you have a case number, again, you can use the case number. If you're looking for specific action types, you can filter the list that way. So there's a few different ways you can filter the list when you're performing your searches. So I'm just going to go back to Mary. And I'm just going to select the first one here. So once you find the subject of your search, you can click anywhere in this highlighted box, and it's going to take you to the summary page. Now this is going to give you some of the individual information, and again, it's going to list any information that the system has and that AARS is able to pull into the system. So you'll see a basic summary here, and it'll give you some information. Now if you want more information on that particular action, you simply click the action number, and it's going to give you the information on the action that was filed against that person. And again, any information that we have between LCTS and the CBC web service will be pulled into AARS, so you'll be able to see all that information here. And you'll see we have close date, the file date, close dates, any legal and reference number, facility ID, it gives you the action type and the status. And then down here under attachments, if there are any documents attached to this record, you would find them here. There would be a PDF here that you can click on, and it would actually open up. But I'm kind of glad there's no documents here because I can show you this button feature. So right now in AARS, if you were to search a record to view an action and it was not there, you would have to reach out to CDS Legal and request that they upload that document, the documents related to the case, to AARS so you can view them. So we've kind of handled that step for you, made it an automated process. So if you come to a record and you see there's no attachments and you need to actually view those records, what you can do is simply click Request Documents. And what's going to happen is an email will be generated directly to CDSS Legal requesting that the documents be uploaded for this particular case file. And you will receive an email that looks like this. So this will go to CDSS Legal, and it's basically going to say, hey, such and such at whichever county or state agency you're from is requesting that you add the case documents to the case number, and they'll have your information if they need to reach out to you with any questions regarding your request. So you will be CC'd on that. So you'll get the initial notification, but after that, it's going to be your responsibility to go ahead and follow up with CDSS Legal about how long it's going to take for them to get the documents in there. Sometimes it takes sometimes it goes a little quicker depending on the record. If it's an older record, they may have to go off-site to actually physically get the record and then scan it into the system, so it may take some time. So again, you'll get the initial notification, and then you'll have to follow up periodically with legal to see when they can get those documents into the system. Now, if you want to go back to your original search results, all you do, you're going to click on Mary Smith's name and then click on search results, and it'll take you back to your original search of Smith. If you have other Smiths that you want to search, you can certainly begin doing it from the screen using your filters. Or if you're ready to start a new search, you can hit clear, and this will clear out your filters and all of your search results, and then you can go ahead and begin a new search. So I'm going to try to find a record here that has a document actually attached to it, so I can open up the document for you and you can see kind of how that function works. So we're going to go into the record for Heidi Saylor, and we see that we have some PDF documents in here. So there are records attached to this documents attached to this record. If you want to view the documents, you're simply going to click on the PDF. You'll get a dialog box that says open, and the document will open up for you. And then once you have reviewed the document, you can simply close out of it. Now, another way to clear your search, if you viewed the action, you've looked at the record, and you are completely done with this, if you hit Search Actions in the left-hand panel over here, it will also bring you back to a clear search page. So are there any questions on searching AARS? We've made it pretty user-friendly because, again, we wanted you guys to be able to come in, search, find your subjects, and be able to move on to the next thing. So, all right. If you do have any questions on searching as we go into the next function, just type them into the question box, and I will go ahead and get those answered for you. All right, so now we're going to look at adding a new action. Again, some of you, especially if you're working for the counties, sometimes you have to go in and you have to add new actions to the system. So to add new action, you're simply going to click on the Add New Action button, and then you're going to begin entering the individual information. Now, these name boxes are designed to take any type of information. So if it's not an individual, say it's a licensee name, you can type the licensee name into these boxes. Okay? I'm just going to start out with the individual's name. All the boxes that are marked with an asterisk are required. And then when you get to the SSN box, again, you do need to enter a full social here. The system will not accept, the last four. So if you do not have the full social, you're going to have to click the No SSN Available box in order for the system to save your action. Okay? So I'm just going to enter a dummy social here. And then you begin entering your action information. So we're going to say that this action was filed on January 4th. We're going to give it a case number. And if you have any licensee or facility name, you can type that information down in this box here. I'm going to go ahead and give it a facility number, program type. Now, after you've entered all your information, if there are documents that you need to attach here, you're simply going to select the documents that you would like to attach. And you can attach multiple documents. If you have 3 or 4 documents you need to attach, you can do it all at one time. Just select all the documents you need, and then you're going to hit the Save button. And this does it every time. So this is a test environment, so sometimes it gets a little quirky. So I'm going to quickly go through and probably not enter as much information so we can get through it a little faster. And hopefully it will save this time. Try that again. Okay, so now it saves the action. You'll get a notification that your action information was saved. There's your document attached, and you'll see the information as to when it was uploaded and by who. So if you are working in the same county with someone, say 20 days from now, the person files an appeal. Maybe you're out and this record needs to be updated. Anyone that works in your county can come in and edit the action once the information is in the system. So if an appeal was received, someone from your county will be able to come in and edit the information. So if they needed to now say an appeal has been received, they would just come in and simply edit the action here and then save the record. And now you see that the action status has changed. And then you can add multiple records. If you have other actions that you need to add to Thomas Johnson, you would go ahead and just continue to add. Or if you're ready to, add an action for another person, simply click Add New Action. It'll bring you to a clean page, and then you go ahead and repeat that process and enter all your information and attach your documents and then save. And again, if anyone within your county will be able to go in and edit these records as appeals are received and things like that, um, they'll be able to update that information. So one function I want to show you is that once you add an action, we know that some of the programs, if an appeal is not received in 30 days or 90 days, um, it goes into a final status or a closed status. So what will happen is the system will send you a notification after you have entered an action based on that 30 or 90-day period, depending on the program. If you have things that are in a pending status for an extended amount of time, you're going to get an email that looks like this. It's going to say you have an administrative action in a pending status, and it's going to tell you how many days that action has been in a pending status. So you'll know that you'll have to log into AARS, and there's something that you need to do with that particular record. And again, if you're out and you need someone to work your files while you're out, they'll be able to log in and make updates. Now, the notifications are only going to go to the person who entered the initial action, but it will help you guys manage your workload. So, you've entered an action, you can kind of use your Outlook calendars to kind of work out your loads. You have things that are coming up that you'll have to change the statuses for, but AARS will assist you a little bit with that with these notifications. And that is how you add an action to the AARS system. Again, we try to keep it pretty simple, and so you guys can get through it pretty quickly. Okay, we have a question here. It says LPAs will not be inputting actions. I'm not sure if LPAs input actions. I believe most of it is done by county staff, and then some of the county liaisons here at social services. If you're not someone who is inputting actions now, then your duties are probably not going to change. I know a lot of LPAs use this system to search for actions to see if the actions are in the system. But again, I'm not sure if you'll be inputting actions. Definitely talk to your supervisors about that. But again, if it's not something that you're currently doing, then it probably won't be something that you'll be doing when the new system rolls out. All right. Any more questions on adding actions? Okay, then we're going to take a look at the next feature, which is reporting. So some of the counties and the other state agencies have asked to be able to pull some information out of the AARS system, whether it be they want to track how many actions are still pending or what's been closed over a certain period of time. We've built out a feature that will allow you to pull some of this information out of AARS. So to start a report, you're simply going to click on Reports, and then we have some filters here: closed, added date, the status, and the agency. So based on the type of information you're looking for, if you're looking for specific information, I would suggest using more filters. If you're looking for a broader range of information, I would use less filters. So we're just going to run a basic search here. I want to see everything that was added, let's say over the past, we'll go back a few months. I want to see everything that was added between November 1st of 2018 and March 1st of this year. Now, I'm not going to select the status, so it's going to pull all the statuses, whether it's closed or in pending status. I'm not going to select a specific agency, so it will pull all the county and state agencies associated with AARS into this report. So once you put your filter in, you simply click Run. Now the report has ran. Now what will typically happen, if there are less than 500 results, there will be a table that has the results on your screen. Now there's more than 500 results, so it's instructing me to download the Excel file. Now this download Excel is available for you whether there's 1 or 1,000 entries. So even if your results filter into a table here, if you want it on an Excel sheet, you simply hit download load Excel. It's going to download an Excel file for you. And then you can open the file and build pivot tables or, filter the information however you need to filter it to get the information that you need out of it. So it'll open up into a nice handy dandy spreadsheet here with some information from AARS. And again, we just looked for everything that was added between those dates, all the statuses, all of the agencies, any case numbers, identifying information associated with those cases will pull onto the spreadsheet. And again, you can filter out the information, build your pivot tables, whatever you need to do with the information. And I'm just going to close out of that. Now, say we only wanted to see everything that was in a pending status. And I'm just going to select Sacramento County here, because there should be some information in the system as we've been going through these tests. I'm going to pull back. So now the system is just going to look for items that are in a pending status from these 3 agencies. And again, you're just going to hit Run, and it's going to run the report. And let's see if this is a different sheet. All right, so now we're going to just open this up a little bit. So now we have the report, and we see that it has now only run the information for those 3 particular agencies that we had selected. And this is everything that has been added between Sacramento County and Department of Social Services over that time frame. And again, it is more than 500, so I was required to open up the spreadsheet. And I'm not going to save that. I'm going to try to stick another filter in here so that we can, I want to show it to you popping up on the screen. And hopefully this won't have more than 500. Let me just refresh this page because I'm not sure it's doing everything it's supposed to. So let me refresh that and just start over. So, and I'm just going to go back to the beginning of this year. And hopefully we'll get a few less results so I can actually put it on the screen. All right, so here it is. We have less than 500, so it actually filtered into the table on your screen. And again, you can view the information here. If you want to see more items per page, you would just open it up to more items on the page. You can scroll over, move to the next page, things like that. And again, anytime you want to download the Excel sheet, you just hit Download Excel, and it will download the report you just ran into an Excel spreadsheet. Now, these are just basic filters based on feedback we got as we've gone through the development. As you guys get into the new system and are working with it. If there's additional information that you guys would like to see, please let us know that. And as we continue to enhance the system future development, we can consider, building out some extra filters here in order for you to get the information that you need. So are there any questions on the reporting data extraction feature? All right, we will move on to the document transfer. Now, this secure document transfer is, you will only see this if you are someone who currently uploads legal documents to the AARS system. So CDSS Legal will contact you and say, hey, we need you to add a case to the system, and this is the screen where you would come to complete that task. Again, if this is not something that you handle in your daily job duties, you will probably not see this button on your screen. But if you do, again, CDSS Legal will say, hey, we need you to add a case to the system. Here's the case number. You simply come here, you make sure you're on add, and you're going to add your case number here. You're going to select any documents that go along with that case number. And again, you can add multiple documents. It'll show you the document that you're about to add for your case, and you simply click the upload button. And now you'll get the notification that your confidential documents have been uploaded. You'll be able to see your case number here, the name of your document that you uploaded it. Now, again, if you have someone who's working in the same county, say you're a manager and you know that you have a list of documents that needed to be uploaded to the AARS system, you can log in here and do a search and actually view all the documents that have been uploaded by your particular county or state agency. Now, you won't be able to actually open up the documents and view them, but you will be able to see the case numbers and the names, who and when they were uploaded. And I will show you that on the search. I'm going to go ahead and copy this case number here. So when you're searching, there's two ways you can search. You can search by a specific case number, or you can search a date range. So again, if you're doing those confirmations that documents were uploaded, the date range search will probably be the best for you unless you want to enter each individual case number. And I'm going to show both ways. So I'm going to enter the case number that we just stuck into the system. I'm going to hit search. Shows me my search was completed, and here's the case that I had just added to the system. Now I'm going to clear that out, and I'm going to pretend I'm a manager, and I want to see all the documents that have been uploaded by Sacramento County over the last 3-4 months. So I'm going to hit search, and it's going to give me a list of the documents that have been uploaded, who uploaded them, and when. So again, this is a way for you to check that, confirm that your document was actually uploaded to the system. Now, if you are in another county and you search the records, again, you're not going to be able to see documents that were uploaded by a county or state agency other than your own, and that is for security and confidentiality purposes. The system was intentionally set up that way. So if you are working in the AARS system and you are doing searches and you are seeing information from other counties within your searches, please let us know that, because that should not be happening. So are there any questions on adding a secure document or searching for secure documents in the system? All right. So are there any questions on anything that we've gone over? This is pretty much the system that will be rolled out in the next couple of weeks. It's going to look just like this. This is the system that you will be using. As you guys work through ours and get used to the system, if you find things that you feel could be better, we want to hear that feedback because, again, we are considering future enhancements. There's more we can do with this system, and we want to make it as user friendly and as efficient for you as possible. So, I mean, your feedback is crucial to that. So again, as you guys are working through the AARS system, send that feedback to the AARS admin at dss.ca.gov email address, and we will certainly give that information to the developers so we can consider it when we're building out future enhancements. So if there aren't any questions, that's all I have for you today. That was the full demo. If you think of something afterwards, please email the AARS admin box and we will address your questions. Again, this is scheduled to roll out now April 12th. There will be training videos online. We'll have the little videos online. There's going to be a desk manual and little tips to help you navigate through the AARS system. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. And again, if you have any questions or comments, send them to AARS and we will get in touch with you. Thank you so much.